Let's dive a little bit more into this situation by bringing in journalist Amy Wilentz. Amy, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
You've been covering Haiti extensively. What's your reaction to today's report stating the U.S. has declined Haiti's request for U.S. troops to help stabilize this country in turmoil?
Well, the country was in turmoil before President Moise was killed. Let's be honest about that. So it doesn't surprise me that much that the Americans don't feel they need to come in right now. From what I've seen on the ground in Haiti and from talking to people, it's actually a little bit calmer than it was before the president was killed. Haiti's been in a state of turmoil in the last year of President Moise's administration. So I can understand the United States reluctance to send in troops right away. You know, we occupied Haiti for some 19 years, a long time ago at the beginning of the 20th century, and it was not a successful occupation. Then the UN was there for 13 years, much more recently. They left in 2017. I think they also are reluctant to engage for what they don't see as a good reason yet. And I hope there won't be a good reason.
Amy, you brought up that history. We're talking about 1915 when the president at the time was killed by an angry crowd. What's the difference between now and then? And is there a humanitarian crisis on the ground that the UN would then maybe have to move in the next few days?
Well, the difference between then and now is that there was a world war about to begin. The First World War. There was a presence of many other world powers in the Caribbean basin, and the United States felt it wanted to be in Haiti to make sure it was stable and a good spot for us there in the Caribbean. There were lots of other considerations by the United States, loans outstanding from Haiti that they wanted to protect the banking system for. And today I think that there's not that same sense of concern about Haiti today as opposed to the week before the killing. It's certainly concentrated the Americans' mind on Haiti where they weren't paying attention before. But I don't think, you know, they're looking at it the way I'm looking at it, very carefully, and they're not seeing the kind of a security catastrophe. Now, the humanitarian catastrophe is another thing, but that too has been ongoing since before this assassination. So I'm not sure how that has changed either. I can understand the reluctance.
So what needs to happen for this country to stabilize? And we're going to have new leadership move in. What kind of leaders do Haitians want? And quite frankly, Amy, what is the type of leader Haitians need?
Well, I think what Haitians need is an interim consensus government made up of opposition figures, grassroots figures, you know, a more inclusive kind of a government that isn't just a government for the business elites and the old aristocracy of Haiti, but includes the people of Haiti who've been in trouble for so long. I think all presidents have wanted to include the people, but they haven't figured out how to do it. And there are a lot of groups now on the ground in Haiti who've been thinking for the past 4 or 5 years about how to form such a government, an interim government that would lead Haiti to truly free and fair elections, which were not going to be possible under President Moise, given the climate of insecurity that reigned during his time in office.
All right. Amy Wilentz, thank you so much. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.